When you're an idea, you're validating with customers, you're trying to identify that high value problem and the solution to that problem. You haven't locked your first customer yet, you don't have a product yet, you're pre-seed. Once you have the validation, once you have that early customer movement, you are starting to get ready for a seed. And as that movement builds and you start building momentum with these customers, you start getting traction, you're moving towards the A. The size of the round is more dependent on what you need to get to the next milestone.
Access to early capital or concentration of capital is a challenge, and that's a ubiquitous challenge. We see that in a lot of places. I think that opportunities like this where networks can combine and you can make a connection and by virtue of that connection get introduced to the right folks is the starting point to it.
Be bold, be shameless, and be thoughtful. And I guess in the reverse order though. So what I mean by that is thoughtful. So cold emails are good, cold outreach is good as long as it's thoughtful. We get a lot of emails and Ben is triaging those at 2 a.m. So, if it's thoughtful, it'll catch his attention, but if it's not thoughtful, it'll get deleted. So one part of it is qualifying who you are targeting, who you are sending it to. There is a trap where certain funds that are maybe more popular because you've heard of them, you're sending them emails, but they're not the right stage for you, or they don't invest in the industry that you're working in. So do your own research, qualify the investors you're reaching out to. Some will respond to your cold email, some will not. Don't worry about the ones that don't. It's their loss. They're missing on the opportunity.
It's a combination of, it's a really hard dance. And that hard dance is trying to figure out how you can make a human connection, because at the stages that we're investing in, the human connection is you have to trust that person, and that's an important piece to it. But also deliver the right information in the pitch that meets the expectations of that investor. And then some investors, maybe I'll make this very practical. There's a different deck for an angel investor than there is for an institutional venture investor. One common mistake I see is that people bring the same deck that they've been using, not just for any angel investor, but maybe the local angel investor that has a different set of aspirational expectations for the investment. And so from a very practical standpoint, just pitch to your audience.
You cannot change how an investor operates. They're going to do what they think is right. But the opposite of your question, Chris, on what gets things done with investors is the convergence of greed and fear. So as an entrepreneur, what I try to do is create greed and fear at the same time. Greed that this is the next big company, and if I need to be in this to make the returns that I want to make, and fear that if I don't act right now, I'm going to miss this opportunity. The moment you can strike that, you're gonna change the process. I mean, you will see VCs leaving Thanksgiving dinners to go over to the founders to get the deal signed, right? So, just as entrepreneurs, let's work on our circle of control and let's make our company and our team, our story so attractive that people fight over it.